Thank you, members. Please be seated. Thank you. It's really heavy.
Do you want to move it closer?
Oh, sorry, I'm not near enough. Thank you. Welcome, members, those in the public gallery and those watching on the live stream. I will now hand over to Daniel Snowden to go through some housekeeping points.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and through you. Can all those present please ensure that all mobile phones are set to silent? In the event of an evacuation, please exit through the doors on both sides of the chamber, following council staff to the assembly point. As per normal rules, if you wish to speak, please ensure that you raise your hand and you'll be invited to address the meeting. Madam Mayor has confirmed that she is happy for members to remain seated when addressing the chamber. All votes will be taken via the electronic voting system. If a recorded vote is requested, this will be taken in the normal way. There is a points of document. If you wish to raise a point, please raise the pink document and address the Madam Mayor accordingly, stating which point you are raising. Finally, I will remind members that this meeting is being live streamed, so please make sure that when you speak, you are using your microphone. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Are there any apologies for absence?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have not received any notice of apologies for absence. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any declarations of interest from members this evening which are not already recorded separately on their individual register of interests? Thank you. I would like to move approval of the minutes of the full council meetings held on 13th and 19th of March 2025 and the meeting of the Corporate Parenting Committee held on the 5th of March 2025. Council is asked to approve the Corporate Parenting Committee minutes as this committee has been disbanded and replaced by a Corporate Parenting Board that sits outside of the formal committee structure. Do I have a seconder?
I'm happy to second, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. If there is no objection, I will take that as agreed. Oh, sorry.
Apologies. Councillor Ayres was present for both council meetings and isn't listed in the minutes, so if that could be added, I'm happy to approve otherwise.
Oh, can we get that adjusted, please? Thank you. I have no announcements this evening, as I've already done them. Agenda 5 is in relation to report of the returning officer. The report of the returning officer can be seen in your agenda pack. The recommendation is to note the result of the Barnock by-election held on 1st of May 2025. Is this agreed? Agreed. Thank you and congratulations, Councillor Tighe. Agenda item 6A is in relation to recommendations from the Constitution and Ethics Committee. There are several recommendations and each will be taken in turn. Item 6A, Scrutiny Function Review. Councillor Hemraj, as Chair of the Constitution and Ethics Committee, would you like to move the recommendations?
I move the recommendations. Thank you, Mayor.
Can I call upon other speakers? Oh, sorry. Councillor Strange, would you second the recommendation and either speak now or reserve your right to speak later in the debate?
Madam Mayor, I'd be happy to second that and reserve my right to speak. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I call upon any other speakers? No? No? Is that agreed?
Agreed.
Item 6A2, Petitions Scheme. Councillor Hemraj, as Chair of the Constitution and Ethics Committee, would you like to move the recommendations?
I would like to move the recommendations. Thank you, Mayor.
Councillor Strang, would you second the recommendation and either speak now or reserve your right to speak later in the debate?
Madam Mayor, I'd be happy to second it and reserve my right to speak.
Thank you. Can I call upon any other speakers? Is that agreed? Agreed. Thank you. Item 6A3, Public Speaking Scheme. Councillor Hemhardt, as Chair of the Constitution and Ethics Committee, would you like to move the recommendations?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I would like to move the recommendations.
Councillor Strangewood, would you second the recommendation and either speak now or reserve your right to speak later in the debate?
Madam Mayor, I'd be happy to second that and reserve my right to speak.
Thank you. Can I call upon any other speakers? Councillor Skipstead.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. On the recommendation for public speaking, I would like to bring a small amendment to this recommendation regarding public speaking, and I have a seconder, and that's Councillor Hogg. Yeah, I can see what it is. Yeah, sure. Okay, so I'll say what it is and I'll say why I'm bringing it. So I know this is a new and welcome initiative to have a public speaking at scrutiny at Cabinet, but unlike at full council, members of the public will not be allowed to ask a supplementary question, only one question. So I feel that that's not, I think they should be allowed to ask a supplementary in a similar way to full council. For example, to allow clarification, they have to send a written question in. Sometimes a question can be misunderstood or the answer approached in a way not intended by the person who submits the question. Also, if members of the public have taken the time to look at the agenda, send in relevant questions and come to council, it seems they should be given the right for this one further question. I think supplementary questions encourage true participation from members of the public, which is surely something we should, as a council, be striving for. They prevent a shutting down of debate, which is how refusal to allow could be perceived by the public, and they increase the level of democracy and ensures more accountability of the council towards the public. So for that reason, I think what I would like to see was where it says, that it gives the procedure, it says the chair will then provide a response to the question or statement. I'd like to see these there would be an opportunity for a related supplementary question by the member of the public to follow this response, which will have a time limit, and that could be set maybe for 1 minute. So that's my suggestion. Thank you.
Okay, and you have a seconder?
Yes, I have Councillor Hogg. Thank you.
Would you like to speak now? Or
no, I'd like to reserve my right to speak until later. I do also have a slight amendment, which is not in terms of the spirit of the scheme, but I think is essentially a typo. On page 97 of the documentation in Appendix 2, it states about a question or statement will be rejected if it is not relevant to the agenda items of the meeting, and then it says is not something that the council does not have responsibility for. Surely that should be it is something, and I'm sure the monitoring officer will be able to deal with that with a swift mark of the pen.
So we'll deal with that, what you've just said.
As a consequential change, basically, yeah.
And now we need to deal with the motion.
Okay, but I will reserve my right to speak if need be for the debate on the
yes. So
more substantive
we'll move to the
change.
debate on the amendment. Have we got any speakers? Oh. Councillor Chris Harper.
Just from a personal point of view, and I think probably most in the House, I think it's a very democratic thing to do, so I support it. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Is the amendment agreed?
Agreed.
Agreed. Thank you. Subject to that, is the rest of it agreed? Yes. Thank you. Item 6A, right. Adoption of Islamophobia statement. Councillor Henraj, as Chair of the Constitution of Ethics Committee, would you like to move the recommendations?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Following the Council motion to develop an Islamophobia statement, the Council has been working closely with the Joint Mosque Committee, local schools, the police and health providers to develop the statement before you today. The summer disorder of 2024 showed just how serious the impact of Islamophobia can be, as many towns and cities experienced attacks by right-wing aggressors intent on causing harm to Muslim communities. While Peterborough was named on social media as an area to be targeted, this fortunately did not take place, largely due to the role of community and faith organisations, supported by the police and City Council, provided a strong platform to reject the messages of hate and disharmony. The Islamophobia statement demonstrates the Council commitment to supporting Muslim communities and fits alongside broader anti-racism policies and statements. I am confident that all of us in the Chamber tonight will fully support this statement. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Councillor Strong, will you second the recommendation and either speak now or reserve your right to speak later in the debate?
Madam Mayor, I'd be happy to second it, and I'll reserve my right to speak.
Thank you. Can I call upon any other speakers? No. Agreed? Agreed. Thank you. So agreed. We'll now move on. Agenda item 7 is in relation to political groups and group officer 2025-2026. The report on political groups and group officers can be found in the agenda packs. The recommendation is to note the details of political groups and the group officers as shown in your additional document pack. Is this agreed? Agreed? Thank you. Agenda 8 is in relation to the appointment of the Executive and Leaders Scheme of Delegation. This item was for noting only. Excuse me. I propose to adjourn item 8 as well, also due to limited number of seat allocations to committees that the Democratic Services team have received. I have decided to adjourn items 9, 10 and 11 until the next meeting of full council. I will now move on to item 12. Agenda item 12 is in relation to the calendar of meetings for 2025-26. The calendar of meetings report can be seen in your agenda pack and in your additional information pack. The recommendation is to approve the calendar of meetings for 2025-26. Is this agreed? Agreed. Thank you. That is the end of tonight's meeting.